Yo, it's your boy Zeta Slow, bringing you guys some more Melty Blood action over here. So today, the Type Lumina team sent out a tweet. So they are already announcing that there will be DLC content with playable characters, okay? With playable characters, which is great, right? That's already a great thing. Like, the game kind of like just came out probably a month ago, and I think we're at a point now where we can possibly talk about what do we want to see come from the game and things like that. I'll share my thoughts with you guys in a moment, but right now let's just talk about what's here. So it says the DLC content with new playables, characters, stories, and battle stages are coming this winter. So think about this. So we have new stages, new levels to go to, right? We have new stories. So Type Lumina should, I believe, be canon to the Tsukihime remake. A lot of it's not like pointing to a definitive story yet, which is kind of weird. I mean, I was going into this thinking I was going to understand like the complete Melty Blood lore. Right now, we kind of have like our Miyako thing going on, like, because that is like probably the most consistent timeline right now. Miyako's story along with the boss rush. There's a lot like going on though, so there's a lot of moving pieces in place we can see, but there's not something that's cohesive yet, right? We don't have our like full Melty Blood story yet, and that's understandable. The game just came out. So also with this, they said they're going to be adding battle stages, right? So battle stages, like, so we have quite a few good stages with awesome music, right? So this is the part I'm excited for, right? I'll tell you why. It's not the stages that you're excited for. You get new songs to go with those stages, right? I know a lot of problems that other fighters have is when they add characters, they don't tend to add stages with the character anymore, really. I know Tekken is an example where they do, but most things, like, I don't think Guilty Gear added character stages and things like that. I don't think they did. I know Under Night definitely did do it. That is another French bread game like Type Lumina. And honestly, with that, we get some pretty banger songs. Like, I know I love Landrekia's song. Landrekia has become like one of my newer favorite characters of Under Night. So yeah, even further down on here, right? So it actually has their little roadmap, right? So their roadmap kind of talks a little bit about what to expect, right? So one thing a lot of people are not noticing, right? So it says playable 1 and 2, right? Do you see that, like, I guess that red bar that's kind of like squaring it off? So they're not dropping characters one at a time. They're gonna drop 2 each time they do an update, which is kind of crazy, honestly. Like, that's a lot of work, because look at these sprites, right? They're hand drawn. They're not like where you can just, you know, graphically render this and then throw it together and make it do movements. No, you have to draw each frame, each punch, each movement. It's a great amount of work that goes into each of these. Right now they don't have prices set. If there's anything to base it off of, Landrekia's price, I believe, was like $7.99, right? $7.99 or $8. Let me double check real quick. Okay, so yeah, no, Landrekia was like $9, which is not bad, right? So imagine paying like $9 for 2 characters, right? Or maybe just have them rounded off at like 10, right? 10 for 2, so it's like $5 each character. Then you also get a story and you also get a battle stage. No game is touching this right now, because I know most games, like, you get the character, right? Then you have to pay for a stage, and then you have to pay for a other like costume or things like that, right? In this game they said 1, 2, 3, there you go. 1, 2, 3, there you go, right? And the soonest update is coming this winter, right? So I'll be going to Frosty Faustings this year. Shout out to them for opening that cap up. So we'll already have 2 DLC characters by that time. By that time frame, we should probably have 2 DLC characters, if not get it announced at Frosty Faustings, which is crazy. But then to even further this, in 2022, you literally get 2 more characters in spring. So, like, let's say they keep this pace up, right? They keep this pace up. By the time we get to like November, we already had like probably about either 6 or 8 characters, right? So, and this is just, like I said, this is the front side of the map, right? Because they're definitely going to keep adding to it the more people join into the series. And I know this game sold really well, because it was like #1 on Steam for a minute. But yeah, so that is a cool piece of information to have from Type Lumina team. Thank you for releasing this late, because one thing you don't want is you don't want your DLC announced, and you also don't want to know who the DLC is until later on, right? Like, you don't want to know before the game comes out that they're planning to wax you for more money, right? That's not cool. That's what Marvel did, and they got hurt for it. So also below that we see free updates. Okay, so free updates. Of course we're gonna get, you know, balance changes. They've already talked about the first batch of balance changes. I'll show that in a moment. And bug fixes. There was a lot of bug fixes, honestly. There was a lot of that. But right next to that it says expanded functions, right? So not only may they be adding new systems, they might be adding new game modes, right? So if you heard from me previously, you heard that I was really excited about, you know, Akindiza in their like 2v2 mode, right? It's such a cool little fun mode. I have a video that I just posted a while ago on this channel. Akindiza 2v2 is like goated. It is so fun. It is pointless, but it is so fun. So I can only imagine if they did something crazy like that, or like another just fun type of mode in general, like a horde mode or something like that. That would be really, really cool. I mean, I don't know what expanded functions entails. Like, it could just be functionality for the game. It could be something for more casual people to play. Because I know a lot of people that are coming into Melty Blood are not fighting game players, right? They're people that play visual novels, right? Because Tsukihime is a visual novel, and it's not even out here. It's out only in Japan, which is really, really sad. But hopefully that gets here soon. But honestly, we should probably hop on to the next part, which is the patch notes. All right, okay, so we have our patch notes right here. So it says Melty Blood Type Lumina will have a planned update on November 12th. That is literally 2 weeks away. This update will include bug fixes for each playable character and minor balance adjustments. So a lot of times what you'll see is there are just like bugs that they're fixing, because a lot of things is they aren't really like buffing too many characters. There are a few characters that get buffed, and I'm happy that they are getting buffs finally. So on here it says Shigitono, right? Only received bug fixes. That's the best way to do this, right? So imagine looking through the list, right, and being like, oh, my character, let's see if we got a buff or not, right? So on here they first of all give you the aim of the adjustments, and I think Guilty Gear is doing this too. But then they tell you what they fixed, right? So imagine if I was like, oh, if they fixed a bug, I don't really care, right? Now if they buff someone, I care, right? So let's go down to Arc. Only receive bug fixes. CL. CL's difficult to use moon skill has been adjusted to be more powerful in the neutral game. So they are actually buffing a character. So the CL somersault has been adjusted to knock the opponent higher in the air and make it easy to land additional hits. Got you. Yep, so they're repurposing the move, or making the move better to use in the air, which is really, really good. Honestly, I feel like they need to do more of this. Like, they're talking about not only what they fixed, but how they fixed it and what their plan of action was for that. So now next we have Hisui, RIP Hisui mains. It says, so there was a bug, I guess, where it was processing the load for her EX special. I don't know. So maybe it just was too much. It just did too much and it like overpowered other inputs you did. I don't know. Something like that. I don't really use Hisui. I'm more of a Mecha Hisui guy. Now we got Kohaku right here, alright? So Kohaku, the efficiency of Kohaku's moon skill and special magic amber missile has been reviewed. Now, this hurts my life, okay? It's not a bad thing, but it hurts my life because that move is already good enough to me. Magic amber missile is where she gets on her little broom and then she throws the Molotov off of it. Honestly, I think that move was fine, but they said they gave it reduced landing recovery. To be fair, that's better because now she can probably Oki you a little bit better too if she does drop the Molotov and it hits you. I feel like if you landed like before then, I think it was like either a little bit unsafe or it was like even. I don't quite remember, but it was pretty good. So let's look at Miss Hisui and Kohaku. Let's see what they did. Oh, so they knew about the unblockables, right? So apparently they just nerfed her Sister Bond Storm Clouds, which is the if I remember correctly, it was the one that literally had, let's see. Yeah, I was gonna say that's the one where they put the tables down, because they were like setting up the tables, if you remember. Like on Oki, they would set your tables up and then you would have this whole dust cloud to deal with, right? So I don't know what they did. So I guess it just doesn't loop anymore. Like, cause I know people used to go boom, drop a table, boom, drop a table, boom, and then do like a full combo, things like that, right? So they know a little bit of what the cheapness was. They just didn't change it too much. Only then for Coma, that's weird. It's funny that they worded it this way. Only superficial changes have been made to Coma. So Coma got nothing but adjustments to his sound effects. Yeah, I guess so. That's fine. Miyako only received bug fixes. She's fine. Noelle only received bug fixes. She's fine. Blav Archangel. So they slightly increased the speed of Blav's guard breaks and aerials. What? Yo, thank you. Okay, so this is a buff I actually wanted for this character. His 3C, the pillar, it actually doesn't hit as high as it visually goes, right? I would just make that a straight up pillar. I wouldn't care because he's like kind of a, I guess, a zoner. He's a zoner. We'll say he's a zoner. How come the zoner does not have like? Because I remember Frieza had the same issue in Dragon Ball. How come the zoner doesn't have the best like 3H in the game, right? Because Frieza also didn't have a good one until they buffed his little move, that move. Reduced the delay. Oh, and they buffed his combo potential too. So his aerial dash got reduced delay, so he can attack quicker now. So not only does his move already have like a lot of, I guess, frames that they have before they start up, it's also very like unsafe a lot of the time for him to do things like that. So I'm glad they actually buffed his aerial dash because now he can probably cancel it a little bit more efficiently. Red Arc. Now this is what I'm worried about. There's too many words here. Let's just start there. There's too many words here. She doesn't need anything. She is fine. Let's see. The efficiency of Red Arc's moon skill, the Weiss cuts, has been reviewed. Improvement. Okay. What? Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't that her like mix up? Yeah. Oh, okay. So now she's gonna be a mixed monster. Okay. Well, I guess that's fine. I'm fine with that because yeah, I did think they had a little bit too much recovery, especially when you did charge B, the charge B, which was the one where you could land in the air. Like I was like, man, I should be able to overhead you instantly because you got mixed. But now you can do that. Let's see, Saber. So the general performance of Saber's neutral game has been reviewed. They made her a little bit better at the mid-range, and I'm happy they did because Saber was one of the characters that I thought was scary at the beginning of the game, but then she started to fall off because of a lot of her things. You have to play fundamentals. You can't play like gimmicky. You can't like cheat someone out of their turn. You have to play the way the developer intended, basically, you know? So I'm happy they're giving her all these, you know, reduced recoveries, they reduced delay. Crouch B is a low now. Okay. So she has a nice poke now. So another character that has a nice poke is Roa. He does a really good job of opening you up from the mid-range because he can poke you high or he can poke you low. Saber is kind of in that same boat now. I feel like she's a little bit more of a rush down than Roa is, which kind of makes her like the opposite of Roa, honestly. Which is a really cool idea. Good job, y'all. Good job. All right, so battle systems. So they fixed the bugs on high jump. They didn't fix high jump. A lot of people want high jumps to just go straight up and you can control your velocity and all those things, but I don't think they'll do that ever. I think it was made the way it was intended to be made, unfortunately. Air dash. Fixed the bug where double jump or aerial moon skill came out. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Good. All right, so I need that fix. I need one more fix, okay? One more fix is that the difference between you going forward and doing a Shoryuken is a little bit more nuanced. Because I would always go with Shiki, right? I would run forward first, and then I'll put in like the charging knife, the little 236 whatever move you use, and it would always come out as the DP, and I'll just DP in neutral and look really silly. But anyway, all these changes are very good. They're very cool. I don't think anything here is unwarranted. They're fixing net play. Now, devs, take note of this, y'all. Let's talk about this. How come they have worked harder on their net code than anyone else in the game? Anyone else in the game? Guilty Gear, y'all took 3 months to fix the loading? No, they've been working like arduously arduously at fixing everything that has been going wrong with this game so far. So I'm really happy that they are working so diligently to keep us in the loop. Not only to keep us in the loop, but then also fix things. Also, there's a new title they said they're gonna add. Okay. But anyway, I think that's kind of it. I think that's all that there was to cover today. We'll talk more about my character picks and things like that in the next video. So until next time, guys, stay healthy, stay happy, and stay groovy, y'all. All right, we out of here. Peace.